Hey, what's up YouTube? This is NoBudgetDuelist. I'm going to be making my video for the video tag started by Underworld6667 that has gone down the chain to AznEyesWhiteDragon, who has pulled the wild card of tagging everybody, blowing Vexcus 4666 out of the water. I just realized I've been saying Underworld's name wrong this entire time. It's Underworld6667. Oh man, I feel bad now. But going on with the questions, there's 7 questions. First one is, what is your real name? My real name is Clayton. You got that? Second, how did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh? I was like 7 or 8 years old. Metal Raiders had just came out. Was at Toys R Us with my mom. There's this giant 3-foot wide bin, like 4 foot tall, just filled with Metal Raiders packs. And I was like, Mom, I want one. I refuse to go if I don't get one. And she was like, fine, I'll get you one. And I ended up getting home later, and it was a Mirror Force in there. And ever since I opened up my first pack, and I had a holographic card in it, and it was a really good holographic card, I just kind of got hooked on the game, and it's always been there in some capacity, even if that capacity is very minimal, just sitting in the back of my mind. And, you know, just occasionally taking out my cards to just be like, I used to play with these. But, that's not the case lately, of course, as you guys can tell. Question number 3. Why or how did you start YouTubing? I was originally going to be a COD-tuber. That was my old channel. My old channel was my original YouTube Xbox, my original Xbox Live gamer tag. But I realized that an HD PVR was expensive, and I had a Mac, so there was really no way I was going to be doing that. And so I decided not to do COD tubing, and I ended up being like a Yu-Gi tuber because I met my friends at my newest school, and one of them was like, dude, you should like totally get into this. And I was like, people making videos about Yu-Gi-Oh on YouTube, it's not that popular. Oh boy, was I wrong. Yeah, so I ate my own words in that, and now I'm participating. So, question number 4, what is the best time you ever had at a Yu-Gi-Oh event? I'm going to try to make this story as brief as possible, and I am going to give the background information of this. This is the first time I've ever driven to any city besides my own city, or like just like 10 minutes down a freeway. So I drove like an hour and a half. I had my learner's permit. My dad was in the car with me. We went to a little sandwich shop. I got like the best roast beef I've ever had in my life, and I kept half of that for my lunch later that day. I was gonna participate in the Gold Series event, and the Gold Series about at that time was Gold Series 3. So you get a pack for joining, and then a pack of the Shining Darkness, a pack of Duelist Pack Kaiba. I ended up pulling it wasn't 5-headed dragon, it was the other 5000 dragon fusion. Dragon Master Knight. There we go. DMK. I ended up pulling a Dragon Master Knight out of it, and that was really cool. And then out of my gold box I got TK Ryo, Exploder Dragon, and Vice Dragon. And after the event was done, some guy was like, dude, I'm totally hungry. And I was like, well, it sucks for you because I have a sandwich. And he was like, well, I'll give you this Judgment Dragon if you give me that sandwich. And I was like, you know what? That's a deal. And he was like, okay, and gave me the card, and I gave him the sandwich, and he ate the sandwich, and I like sold the card and got some stuff for my Hopeless Dragon deck. And that is going to segue into the 5th question, which is, what is your favorite deck ever? And that has to be dark-based Hopeless Dragons. That deck was the first deck that I ever tried to build. That was the first deck I ever tried to make competitively. That is the deck that I started on. That's the deck that when I even like remotely thought of it when I saw somebody playing with it. When when anything related to that deck ever crossed my mind, I knew that that was the deck I was gonna make. That's the deck that's gonna be for me, and it's the only deck that I've put in more than $100 into, and I regret ever selling all the stuff for it and not even getting most of my money back. So yeah, but that's my favorite deck ever. Question number 6: why do I play Yu-Gi-Oh? Because it's fun, because I'm addicted, because it makes me friends. Well, actually, mostly because it's fun, and then because I make friends, and then last but not least, if the other two are out of the way, I'm still addicted to it. So I'm pretty much going to be playing this game no matter what. You guys aren't going to be able to get rid of me. So yeah, you're stuck with me. And last question: who are your two tag new YouTubers? Now those are going to have to be Team Sloppy Taters and GladPeast123. So if you're watching this video, make sure that you yeah, do that and make a response to this and do the 7 questions and all that good stuff. So